Hello there and welcome back. For a long time now, we've been writing, speaking, coaching on improving your productivity in the workplace. I gotta tell you, performance on and off the field is not an accident. Just a couple of weeks ago, racing a triathlon, I was setting up for that day. We set up our transition area where we put all of our gear, our bike, our running shoes, our nutrition, everything that we're going to need for that race. And I just had this realization that the work day, the workspace, where we are, very similar. When you get to work, you don't want to have to look for things. You don't have to find things. You don't want to have to hope that you have everything that you're going to need. So one of the things that we're going to talk about is productivity not being an accident, actually being a deliberate process to go through. So what I'm going to ask you to think about for a few minutes here is if you were going to set yourself up to have a more productive day, what are the things that you would want to or need to have considered? And here are just 4 things to consider, to think about as you're going to improve your productivity and performance. The first one is to step back and assess your tools and your systems. What is the gear that you're using to be more productive? A lot of our clients these days are using things like email systems or personal digital assistants, whether that's some kind of a BlackBerry or a Trello or any one of the number of tools that you can walk around with, take a phone call, send a text message, receive an email. In your workspace, do you have everything that you're going to need to be as productive as you need to be? Is your printer working? Do you have all the supplies you need in your desk drawer? If you were going to file something, is that an easy thing to do, or is there some hindrance or something in the way? So first, assess your tools and your systems. The next thing you're going to do is study your own performance and productivity techniques. Now, I'll be honest, the easiest way I've found to do this is to have someone watch you, have someone sit in with you. That way you can have someone looking, watching, and maybe even taking note on what are the things that they notice you do on a regular daily basis. So what are your techniques? From the system side, what tools are you using, all the way over to the process side? What methodologies do you follow as you go through there? Experiment for a set period of time. When we're working with our coaching clients, we have a 2-day on-site coaching program, but then we follow that through over 4 to 8 weeks of regular scheduled phone calls. If you're doing this on your own, you're going to want to pick 1, maybe 2 habits, behaviors, tools, or systems to experiment with. Now, I just said a lot. Practice with just 1 or 2 of these things. And if you're going to do something every day, mark the calendar, 5 work days to try that one tool or to try that one process. If it's something you're going to do once a week, give yourself a month, maybe even a month and a half, so that you can stop, assess, realize, recognize, experiment with what it is that you're going to do over time. Finally, report out to a productivity mentor. Find someone who is going to watch you, who has some vested interest in you, but who will listen to you objectively. And after you get through your 5-day or 5-week experiment, sit down with that person and let him or her know what you did, what you tried, and what you realized as a result of that process. Productivity and performance are not accidents. We really need to stop and assess everything that we're doing, identify 1 or 2 things to experiment with and try over time, and then sit down and share that experience to really let those lessons drop into our memory and our habits.